Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Oh What Fun. Today is a very special night. We have experienced a lot in the past 24 hours, I would say.
It's been a really eventful, informative weekend, I would
It's
say.
been a roller coaster. And so we decided that a good topic we could talk about today is relationships, whether that be friendships, romantic relationships, situationships, all of the above. And we're just kind of give our thoughts and opinions and perspectives on that topic.
If I could start, I'm gonna say something I wanted to touch on during this podcast is toxic relationships.
That's a good one.
So, toxic relationships, I think, are I'm a very passionate about this topic, and also I seem to come across them many times throughout the area of Temple Terrace. So I just think we just need to remind ourselves and look out for our friends and neighbors to make sure that they know the consequences that come out of a toxic relationship.
100%.
And as two girls that have endured toxic relationships ourselves, I think we're definitely one to talk. So, with relationships, I think like my biggest piece of advice is if it's slightly toxic, get out of the situation. I just think that we don't have time to waste. These we're in our most cutesy moments of our lives. So why would you waste that on someone that you're probably not even gonna end up being with? You shouldn't end up being with them anyways. No.
100%.
I just don't think there's time to second guess if we're in the right relationship right now. You shouldn't have enough time to even be thinking those thoughts. Coming from experience of going from a 4 to 5 years on and off toxic situation, it's just seriously the worst thing you could probably do to yourself. And also, why would you want to have girl or boy, whichever your preference is, literally being possessive or toxic or just weird? That is so freaky. You shouldn't be in a situation where you can't even go out, or you can't even have friends of the opposite gender. The biggest misconception that I hear, that I used to hear all in my ear all the time, is that girls and guys can't be friends. And I think that it's definitely a popular, I understand where it's coming from, but also I have a lot of guy friends, and in my circle, in our circle, I feel we are in a very male dominated field anyways. If I'm going to take a
100%.
finance class, 70% of the people in there are going to be boys. If I serve on a board that's all boys, you live amongst boys and you're friends with boys, and that's completely normal. You can be friends. Girls and guys can be just friends.
100.
Not everyone wants to get with each other when they're friends. And I have plenty of guy friends, and they're my friends. So I don't think that it's so toxic to think that way.
I agree. Don't think we should normalize oh, this boy and this girl are hanging out, they must be getting together, or that kind of mindset, because even if it is happening, that does happen, but sometimes
Oh, God forbid a girl screams. I was shoving up in my mouth. So I do understand. I'm a fast eater, but it was really nice.
But as I was saying, I don't think we should normalize this concept of oh, these two people are hanging out, oh, they must be getting together, because that's not a normal thing. When I hang out with so and so, it's always oh, what's happening between you two? I think we need to stop that and just not normalize that anymore, because it turns into such a over sexualized environment. I should never be cautious of who I'm hanging out with because I'm thinking, oh, imagine if someone saw. I don't think that's normal. And I think if that's the vibe that's in your friendship with someone, that's not normal. That's a problem. We have two close friends, and we definitely got way closer with them this year, both guys, and they are two of my genuinely really close friends, and I never feel anything other than just these are my two friends and I love hanging out with them. But if someone were to bring up oh, two man, or oh, you guys must be getting together because it's two girls and two guys, that is not the vibe. Exactly. And that's not the vibe that any of us bring to the friendship. If that's what you're bringing to your friendships, I think you should stop and think why do I feel the need to turn this into something romantic or over sexualize something? You know what I mean?
I agree. I just think we should normalize just like having friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
friends.
Like in elementary
Like
school.
that's my friend. Like if you're gonna ask like, wait, why are you two spending time with each other? I shouldn't be questioned on like studying with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Exactly.
I'm sorry, what? I'm studying for an exam with someone and people are like, saw you studying. Like, I think that's kind of crazy.
I agree.
We could be friends. Like, I don't understand that. Like, our two friends that we have, we're planning a trip with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in like a two-man type of way. It's like we genuinely make a good group, us four.
Yeah.
Like when we hang out, when we go out, we like talk on the phone.
I hope you guys can't hear me chewing my apples. No.
You go out and you have fun, and they're my friends. Like they're probably like some of the closest guy friends I have, and it's nothing else but that. So I just think that that really needs to be like shut down. Like let's stop. Like not everything has to be like, oh, like maybe they're together. Even if it is, it's none of your business to be saying anything about it.
100%.
If I see a guy and a girl and they make me like go like odd or random duo, none of my business to go around and be like, ooh, did you see so and so together? Like, I wonder what's going on with that, because that's actually none of your business. I think everyone does it. We all do it.
I agree.
But I think that's something that we really need to be more like conscious. Yeah, you need to be more conscious about that, because it's honestly none of anyone's business. And having to like create like duos or like any kind of romantic like, ooh, like so and so doing this, so and so doing that, like shut it down. Like we're actually not in preschool anymore.
Exactly.
We're not in high school anymore. And girls and guys can be perfect friends. And working with people, you should be able to work with like a girl or a guy and work perfectly fine and be a team.
Exactly.
So going back to toxic relationships, you shouldn't be with someone who sees the other gender as a threat.
100%.
That's
that
actually
was
crazy.
good. Bars on bars on bars. That is so true. No one should be seen as a threat. Obviously, if they're making decisions and doing actions that are like outside of the norm, definitely like we need to have this conversation. But I don't think just simply existing in the same world, in the same environment is a threat. I agree with what you said about just the male dominant field that we're in, because we are in business, and that is just a genuine fact. That how many finance girls do you know? It's called finance bro for a reason. Like, and I think that that's just something that we live in. And if I go to work, or if I want to go hang out with some people, like for example, back to the boys that we're friends with, if I want to go hang out with them and I had a significant other who was like, I don't want you hang out with these boys all the time, like I think that's kind of weird. I think you should
trust your partner enough
Yes.
to know that like they can be around someone and they're not gonna like, obviously people cheat, but like not assume that something's gonna happen. Someone can be
Exactly.
attractive and you can find someone attractive, doesn't mean you're gonna make a move. It doesn't mean you're gonna be not loyal. I just don't think like, and not everyone wants to like get with you in the nicest way possible.
Exactly.
And I've always thought that like I like in an old situation, it was always like, oh, like they probably think you're pretty, like they're only friends with you because they want to get with you. Like that definitely was told to me. And I was like, not everyone is interested in me. They might be interested in me as a friend, as an acquaintance. They might not even like me. People don't like me, and like that's okay. Like
Shocker.
like surprise, surprise,
Surprise,
people
surprise.
not everyone loves me, and that's okay. Like I just think that we really need to normalize like. Ugh, this is making me so angry.
And I agree. We need to normalize like being in rooms with other people and not thinking like, oh, they're gonna try to get with me. Oh, they're gonna cheat on their partner with so and so. Like it's just not a
that
normal
serious.
thing.
It's not like you. If you put that energy out there, you're just creating such a horrible situation
Yeah,
for
and
yourself. And when it comes to like, oh, like how are you gonna act on that?
Exactly.
Don't act on it.
That's
You might
the
think you're the
problem.
prettiest person in the room.
That's
by all
fine.
means, think that as you should. But not everyone wants to get with you, and you don't have to turn every situation into like, oh, like he actually.
And could transition into another topic with that, because this is another big point. if you walk into a room, for example, this is how I feel when someone holds the door for me. Because I feel like boys, or even girls, mostly boys in this day and age, don't often hold the door for girls. And I think that should be normalized. I think boys, you should be holding the door because you are the boy in the situation. Like, but if a boy holds the door for me, since it's so rare, I think like, okay, like he must be in love with me, and that's fine. Like, thank you. But then if I take that as a sign, I go tell Frida, like, oh my gosh, he held the door open for me. Like, I'm going to add him on Snap. I'm going to try to talk to him. If I'm taking something so simple as holding the door open as a sign to, like, move forward with this process, I think we need to remind ourselves that, like, we're not just throwing, like, love potions around and, like, bam, he's in love with you. And not seeing things, I think it's kind of like, okay, like, he texted me goodnight last night at the end of our conversation. Maybe he was just trying to be nice because he was about to go to sleep. A little bit of delusion is perfectly
I think it's always
fine.
good to be delusional.
100%.
But making it more like chill. Not everything has to be like you're either in love with me and we're gonna like date, or like it's not gonna work. I think it's still okay to normalize like they could be your friend. If a guy does something, like it might be like a little bit of like a step in a certain direction, but you don't have to take that and be like, wait, I think he wants me like really bad. I think he wants to date me. He could buy you something. He could buy you a drink. And then it's like that could still stay being a friendship. Like wherever it goes afterwards, you never know. But like taking a little sign like that, like him paying for you, or him like a hangout or something. Like he agreed to a hangout doesn't mean he wants to marry you.
Exactly.
It means he wants to hang out with you. He likes you as a person and you can hang out. Yeah. It's like nothing more than like very basic like complimenting. If he says something nice to you or compliments you, like he could say like, "Oh, like you like nice shirt."
Like, I like your wavy hair.
That's a good one too. That's a good compliment too. And it could be in a friendly way. Like it really like I actually can't lie,
but I agree. I think that's normal. Is my camera dirty or is it just the room?
I think it's the room.
Oh, it was the camera. I have my laptop open and I've typed maybe like 2 words because I'm very invested. Okay. Boys in our life, at least that I've noticed, the boys that I've surrounded myself with are gentlemen. Like boys who are genuinely like kind and nice and were raised right, and they are also in their adult life where I'm continuing to bring up the same 2 guys because they are like the best example of what we're trying to like convey here. I think like one of them, I've talked about him before saying that he's my finance friend. If you are listening to this, you know exactly who you are. But I see him as like a very like a role model. Like he's very already stepping into like a father figure kind of spot in his life, I guess, without even being in a relationship or having kids at all. And I can't see him being someone who would like hold the door open for a girl thinking like, okay, I want to get with her. He's just someone who would hold the door open, and we just don't have time. As Frida said, we don't have time for this, and
life shouldn't surround around like a guy and his schedule agree. Or for a girl. Like it shouldn't like my
or
whole,
for
like,
they them.
I was gonna say like
gotta be inclusive.
Whoever who of your preference,
your partner.
Your partner, whoever your partner may be, we're too young to be making sacrifices that are so big that they like take over your lifestyle.
Bars on bars on bars.
If you're listening to this, like you know who you are. Like, for example, this one time I was at the library. I was studying. Another guy that probably be like, hey, like why have you been at the library from like 5 p.m. till 10 p.m.? Hello? But a friend of mine was like very nice, like supportive, checked in, was like, oh, you're studying for a long time, like I'll bring you food, and then working their schedule to meet mine, even if it was late at night, even if I had to stay at the library till I was done doing what I had to do, they were willing to like make that little like stretch and move their schedule around. So I think that's like a good example of like
I agree.
If they wanted to, they would. And
I
crazy.
think if you have a partner, they are an extension of yourself and they are addition to you. I think you are your own person in your own box,
Own
and
friends,
the person
own life,
you
own
have your
circle,
own
own
things.
life.
Your partner should be, first of all, an extension of yourself. And so that is like
Their behavior
the
shouldn't-
representation of how they behave and how they act and what they do should be almost like we have a friend, and if you're listening to this, you know who you are. We met for lunch, and she was telling me like what had happened with her and the situation that she's in relationship wise. And she was like, I didn't want to tell you because like I need to be mad. That's the first red flag. If you don't feel comfortable telling your friends because you know they wouldn't approve, I don't think that's something you should
That's
be
not
in.
for you. You
So
should
your
be
partner,
like embarrassed of the things that he's doing or saying.
we have a friend, I'm gonna name drop because it's okay, Maddie. Maddie has 10 out of 10 boyfriend. He's a great guy. He's really treats her super well and whatever. And Maddie comes to us and tells us things about the relationship like, oh, Chris and I did this, Chris and I did this, Chris got this for me.
It's
and it's
always
all
good.
positive and great things, but she's never feels like
Hide what's going on with her situation, like,
Yeah.
because it's all good. There's nothing to hide. Like, his behavior, if he was left with us alone, would be exactly how he would be with her.
Exactly.
Everyone goes through like rough patches,
Yeah.
like
we don't have
Like,
time
time
for
to
this.
deal
We
with
don't
it.
have time for this. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. You do not need to train your partner to know how to treat you well. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to treat you the way that he thinks you deserve to be treated.
Period. Do you think I can finish my assignments in?
Wait, do it now. You're making me anxious.
Plus-
Is your thing a personality test?
Yeah. You shouldn't be having to try to convince anyone or train someone
You
or
should not be begging someone to be better.
absolutely not.
The guy right next to him will do that and 10 times more. If they don't treat you with like at least respect and
Yeah.
aren't like filling all the needs that you need as a girlfriend or boyfriend, as a partner, even as a friend, another person is going to do that for you without you having to ask.
But think, are these actions that a guy is or a girl or a partner is doing, would you put up with this in a friendship? If you wouldn't put up with that in a best friend,
That's
your
not-
partner should be one of your best friends. So that should be something you should be thinking about.
To wrap up that whole conversation, time is not limitless. I think we should just like focus on like not taking things so seriously. So I think we should just like be more casual, have friends, guys and girls and theys and that any kind of friend you want, and also like just like do whatever you want to do. Casual date, like go on
Live your
dates.
life.
Do something romantic and see if you really like them throughout weeks and periods of dating. And then if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like not everything is like, oh, like it's probably not like your soulmate. And
I haven't found my long term soulmate, and I honestly don't think I'm gonna find them like in the next in Temple Terrace, Florida. Are we serious? I think my partner is like in like
a different country.
Paris, somewhere that's not freaking
Japan,
Bruce B. Downs. Like you're
Like,
not,
you're
you're
in
not,
college, you do not
guys,
house
guys,
your,
you're
like,
not gonna
soulmates.
find your soulmate in the BSN. So let's stop looking.
No, I think just a big point that I think that we should all start doing again is like casual dates. Because
Can
I
we please
love
bring back going on dates?
I love it's
And
the
this
best
is
way to
not
get to know
girls trying
someone.
to get a free meal. By
No,
the way.
no, go on dates. Like have more like not every. Oh, I just think it's either like something's like really casual or like you're like gonna date them. But you
Yeah.
never know. I think you should just go on dates with anyone and like see if it's fun.
Exactly.
Enjoy it. I love a date. You get to know someone and then that really gives you enough time to be like, okay, what do I think about them after spending 4 hours with them?
Yeah.
Go on a second date. Go on a third date. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least you spent enough time together where it's not awkward.
Exactly.
But you know that you're not meant for each other. So there's nothing
Exactly.
to like be like, oh, like
Exactly.
maybe that could have been something like there you like find out. Like if you can spend all that time with each other, you can decide if that's someone like you want in your life. So I think we should all implement casual going on dates. And then leading to friendships, I think it's a lot of like honestly like when I met Joanna, it really showed me like what like a good friendship is like, and like she respects my boundaries and we like she like also like puts up with like a lot of things that like other people don't put up with in past friendships, and that like just shows like we like work it out. So I think we're very experienced people to be speaking on friendships, because I've endured any kind of experience that a friendship could like give you, like, ever.
Yeah, I agree. I think this year 2025, I think I had the most like impactful friendship experiences, because that was when I met Frida, and I was like, okay, this is one of the best friends I've ever had in my entire life. Like, we, as she said, like, we respect each other's boundaries, and we like give each other so much like
Benefit.
grace, and just like let us live how we want to live. Like, did you just hear that noise? that was my throat. There's 3 people innermost circle. I never have to wonder, like, okay, is she gonna like backstab me? Okay, is she gonna go tell everyone my business? Exactly. Is she gonna judge me or gossip about me, spread rumors about me? All these things, like, I have never felt like I had to wonder that. The only time I've ever been like so mad at you is the one night when we went to Tangra and you left your ID at the pregame. That was the one and only time that I was actually like, I'm so mad at Frida. Like, I'm so mad at her. I do think it's healthy to have disagreements, and we have disagreements. We have arguments. We have times where we're like, okay, we're gonna have to agree to disagree, because I don't agree with what you're saying.
You have to be vocal about it. Like,
exactly.
You can't just not say it. You can't keep it to yourself and be like, oh, like whatever, like, mad. But you're resenting them. So it's like better to just say it. Like, I know if something was gonna bother me, I'm just gonna be like, it would eat me alive to keep it to myself. I don't have time to like resent Joanna or even feel anything like that. So I'm just gonna like get it out of my system. And if you're just brutally honest, it's gonna be like fine, and it's not gonna be that serious either.
And if you don't feel like you can be like that way,
or you think they're gonna like not respect your opinion or like be stubborn, then that is not your friend.
Good friendship. That's not your best friend. I have felt that way in the past, and that was something I never clocked. And I was just like, just trying to keep the peace. This year I've had a lot of time to reflect on that friendship, and I'm just like, why was I sitting there and taking that and letting that happen, trying to keep the peace, trying to keep a friendship that wasn't even that good of a friendship? Like, it was, I felt in my head like, this is one of the best friends I've ever had. But now as I look back and I think about the things that happened in the friendship, that I just was like, okay, it's okay. Like, it's okay, no worries. Like, I think, was that really actually a friendship, or was it a situation where we were both like feeding off of each other's energy and using each other for like, she's using me for entertainment, I'm using her for entertainment. We're both like kind of doing that sort of thing, but it wasn't like a real solid good friendship, because all the things I think about, the cons heavily outweigh the pros.
You should be able to talk to them without it being like, without them getting defensive or them not hearing you out.
And with that, it's like the respect for each other and the accountability. If you are hurt by something your friend is doing and you tell them and their reaction is, well, you shouldn't feel that way because I didn't mean it, because that's not a good friend.
The biggest thing is just like, people need to be more loyal. Like, I've gone so long. I love this topic.
This is a good topic.
I have definitely gone years and years without having friends that are like loyal to me. It's like, a friend to all is a friend to none. So if you're actually being bars on bars, if you're friends with everyone, talk to everyone, the whole world knows your business, and you're just like this like perfect neutral person in the group, you probably don't have anyone that's like in your close circle. People aren't going to confide in you if you're like that either. The most important thing is like, I need to know that like, when I'm not in the room, things that I don't want being talked about are being spoken about. And when I'm not in the room, like, my name shouldn't even be brought up with you in that space. Like, if someone brings up my name, it should be something positive. It should be like, oh, she had a good outfit on today. Like, something as nice as that.
Your friends should be defending you in those kinds of rooms.
They should not be sitting there and listening.
Adding
like,
fuel to the fire.
There should not be anything negatively talked about you in a room without them either defending it or shutting it down. Yeah. They shouldn't like come to you after and be like, oh, guess what I heard? But then you're like, wait, how did you hear that though?
But what did you say, though?
Did you shut it down, or did you instigate the situation?
I am such a ride or die friend. Like, if
to any of my friends, I am ride or die. Like, I am not. If your name gets brought up in the room, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna
shut it down. I'm gonna be like, why are you guys talking about her though? Like,
exactly.
What is this your business?
If you are talking about your closest friends into rooms that you shouldn't be, about them in negative ways, you are the worst friend to ever exist.
There should be no negative conversation. Like,
no. And
I think
you have negative things built inside that you
tell your friend.
Tell your friend.
Say it to their face.
Say it to their face. Say it with your chest.
Actually, say it with your chest. Because if I'm hearing that and you're still like friends and like all like with them all the time, then that's like weird. Yeah. And then I don't trust you.
And if you're doing that with your other friends, if you feel comfortable in your friendship to the point that you are mixing lore amongst friend groups, I immediately don't trust you. As you said, a friend to all is a friend to none. If we have a friend who will tell us all lore all the time about all these other people, but you're still friends with those people. Exactly. So you're coming to me telling me someone else's business
that I'm not asking for,
that we're not asking for, and we're not instigating because we are not friends with them. If you feel comfortable enough in your friendship to go from them to us, tell us their lore, I don't trust. What are you saying about me when I'm not there? What are the things that I'm confiding and trusting you and telling you because I want you to be included in my life? What are those things that I'm telling you that you're telling who else knows what? Literally. And then it's like, what is the point of the friendship then? Because I don't like shallow friendships. I like friendships that are deep and we confide in each other and trust in each other. And if I don't trust you, there's no need for a friendship.
I actually can't be close to people like that because it's like, not at all. If you complain to me about something, if you're telling me other people's business, like without any kind of like reasoning for it, I don't need to know about that information. Like if that information, if you're placing it in my face, I don't. And, like, you don't need to go tell other people about me because I'm going to assume anything I tell you is going to, like, go on to the next person. Loyalty should never change. Your friend you shouldn't be, like, delivering information to your friend that you already haven't, like, tried to, like, shut down, like, yourself.
That's a good point.
And just, like, delivering it and you're, like, just casually in the room while the conversation about you flowed. That shouldn't be happening. I know that anyone knows that if I walk into the room and they're like shit talking Joanna, the second I walk in there, it would go silent because they know I would tell her.
Exactly. So and you would shut it down. I think
and you would tell them. I would say, "Hey, Joanna, I heard this about you."
Yeah. Tell them immediately.
That's another thing, guys. Them urgency.
We don't have time to sit and wait
with
many
information
hours
in your hands that your friend could
negative
use.
About your friend. I have a story to tell. My friend found out information that was very negative about me and didn't tell me, and I had to find out from the source themselves. And that, like, put me in a situation where I was, one, embarrassed because this person is telling me, like, oh, guess what so-and-so told me last night? And I'm like, what? Like, what? I'm embarrassed. I'm scared because I'm like, who else knows about this? I'm just, like, feeling a mix of emotions. And when I go to tell my friends, like, guys, guess what I heard? My friend's like, oh, I already knew that. I don't think that's, like, good. Like, I think you need to be honest with your friends. And I have never felt, if ever I hear information about Frida, whether it's good or bad, but especially if it's bad and especially if it's negative that could hurt her feelings or hurt her relationship with someone, tell them.
You no reason to keep it in.
And if you are, why are you keeping it in? Why are you? Would you have even told me if I hadn't brought it up? If that person hadn't confronted me, would you have even said anything? And then I'm just like, why are you sitting on information about me? It doesn't even have to do with you. Like, what?
People shouldn't be coming to you about information about me and knowing that they're going to get some kind of a response. Also, if you have information, you are the messenger. Send that information to wherever it needs to go. Alert everyone. Like, notify the town. Because you can't just, like, what do you mean I'm talking about a situation? And you're sitting there listening to me talk, get excited, be like, what's going on? And you know an important piece of information. You're just sitting there watching me like an idiot.
What do you mean?
And if you gave me this information before that conversation, I would have been like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Shit, like, why did you just now tell me?
Exactly.
If I didn't talk about this, if I didn't ask you about it, you were going to keep it to yourself.
You don't even want to tell me the lore that you're hearing that is about me in a negative way. Why am I trusting you with my information then? My life is not yours to, like, watch and be entertained
Instigate.
by and
There's
instigate
keep
and try
your
to
mouth
make
shut.
drama about it. That's not a good friendship. That's not a real friend. That's not someone who cares about you. That's someone who cares about entertaining themselves and entertaining the world. And our lives are very entertaining. We have so many crazy stories, and I have so much I could talk about, and I love to talk about it. But there are some things where I'm like, this is a personal matter that I'm trying to contain. I'm trying to deal with myself. I'm trying to make the move for myself. I'll take advice and constructive criticism, but I'm not in the business for, let's tell every person I know, let's twist it into drama, let's turn it into Joanna is the bad guy, Joanna's crazy, Joanna's a stalker. Let's not make me look like this psycho just for your entertainment, because I'm not here to entertain everyone.
Or like, I'll ask you for a personal lore, but I'm not here talking about other people.
Yeah, exactly.
There's actually no need. Like, that shouldn't be what your friendship is based off of, is like trying to like have more lore to tell. That's not yours. I'll listen to people's lore all day. I tell everyone everything. I will be an open book.
Ourselves.
Like, I will tell you everything about me. I'm not gonna be telling you everything about like the person like sitting over there in the corner. Like, absolutely not.
Exactly.
And if there's a situation that I'm like, like, this looks kind of fun, like, what do you guys think? And everyone's hyping me up, telling me that, and then you have information important enough as like, oh, like, they're about to get married tomorrow though.
Yeah.
Why are you not telling me that? Did you not see me go on a whole like plan of like what could possibly happen if I should make a move, if I should do something, and you're sitting there watching me, not telling me for God knows what reason. Like, it's weird.
Just weird. It's just not right. It doesn't add up. And that person, if you have someone like that in your life, I want you to actually sit down and reflect, what are you benefiting from that friendship?
And your best friends are not in a friend group from high school, and your best friends are not in the friend group of significant others. A significant other based friend group is not a real friend group. A friend group is based off of like who's getting with who this week, or like this person and this person are talking. The second they break up, that entire group is going to shit.
Yeah.
And sorry, I don't mean to cuss on here.
We've been cussing.
Have we? I feel like we have a pretty like tight-knit circle here at school, and there's no like friend group aspect about it. It's definitely like a big friend group, and different ones hang out with different people, and I know like I can hang out with some of them tomorrow, I can invite some of them over here right now, and we can all hang out. Like, it's like that. But at the end of the day, are you having fun, or are you just happy you got like a group photo on your like Instagram feed?
Okay. Type. Last thing I think we can talk about is your, not relationship, but like being alone, being by yourself, because I think this is very important, especially now. And I think it is hard because it's like, no one wants to be alone. No one wants to like sit there and think like, okay, fuck, I have no friends, like, I guess I'm gonna just sit here alone. But I think we need to normalize and be very intentional about spending time alone, prioritizing your time. Because how are you going to be able to pour into anyone else's cups and fill up a relationship and fill up a friendship if your cup is empty? And this is something I think I kind of learned this year, honestly. Because I've never really been super like, okay, like, I'm just gonna be by myself. Like, I'm always like, okay, let me see who I can text. Like, who can I call? Who can I be on the phone with? Even if I'm by myself, I'm just gonna be on the phone with someone. Or I'm gonna go over to someone's house. And like, this year I feel like I had days where I was just like, okay, like, it's just me until 7 p.m. when Frida gets home from chapter at the end of her long day. And I had to find like, what makes me happy, just me by myself alone, and what like benefits me, and how can I better myself as a person on my own.
I'm very much like, I'm a very independent person. Like, I think for sure, like, if there's time alone, like, I'm not looking for people to hang out with. I'm not looking for anything to happen. I'm like, the less plans, the better. Like, I like being independent and doing everything like on like my own. Like, that to me makes me feel like good and like happy.
Yeah.
So I know like it's healthy. Like, it's like not good to constantly be surrounded by people or have to like feel like you can't do anything by yourself, because it's just like so unhealthy. I think I used to be like that before, especially in high school. Like, if I was walking into a store, I wanted to go like with a friend.
Yeah.
Like, but then like I really quickly was like, wait, that's not healthy, and now I prefer to do things alone. I can do it by myself, and I'm probably gonna prefer it. So I know like, if I know I'm confident enough to where if a situation like relationship changed like my like life, I wouldn't be like depending on the guy. I wouldn't be calling him up like, oh, like, do you want to come with me? Like, obviously, like, I probably would, but I'm so used to doing things by myself. Like, when times I could be like, hey, Joanna, like, if you want to come with, but I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna go do it by myself.
Exactly.
Like, I can do it. I'm not gonna depend on anyone, and I'm not gonna like have the same schedule as like another person.
If you are in a situation of any kind where you feel like you are not thriving alone and they're only adding to your life, and they are the like, you should be two like wooden planks standing next to each other. You should not be leaning on them for support, and they should not be leaning on you for support. I am perfectly functioning, thriving, happy, successful, independent by myself. I am perfectly fine and I'm perfectly good. And if you don't feel that way about yourself and you feel like you need other people to make you feel that way, that should be your focus. You need to like isolate yourself for a little bit and get your shit together respectfully.
Do it alone.
Do it alone, no matter what it is. If it's going into Publix and going grocery shopping, do it by yourself. Driving to the mall,
your life together. If you have goals and stuff that you want to do,
going to the gym,
anything that you want to do, like, you can do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And like, you should be able to be like, this is my life, this is what I do, independent. You're not depending on friends, you're not depending on having people around you, you're not depending on a person. Like, they shouldn't be like fixing your issues either.
No.
You can solve your own problems.
You
like,
can deal with your own
like,
life.
if you're stressed, if you had a busy day, they shouldn't be the person you're like running to stressed, like, oh my gosh, like, can you fix this for me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm overwhelmed. Like, but they're not going to fix like your problems itself. Like, them giving you a little bit of like happy, love, good, like, isn't going to fix like the underlying problems at hand that you have to figure out on your own too.
It shouldn't be responsible for other people. And if your friendships make you feel like, okay, like, I have to go take care of so-and-so again. Okay, so-and-so and her boyfriend are fighting. I need to go help her.
There's no reason. Like, you have your own things to handle. Like,
and
they
you're
can
not a
handle
therapist.
those issues. Like, they can handle those issues themselves, and their behavior, how they're feeling that day, shouldn't affect your like day.
Exactly.
Because then you're making me stress. I know that you're like tweaking about something that you're not going to do anything in your power to fix. So what's the point in like putting me in a bad mood? Like, because I'm going to stay in a good mood, but if you're trying to like
I stay up.
I'm always,
be considerate.
Be considerate of the people around you. Don't depend on people. Low maintenance friendships are the ideal way to go. Like, I don't depend on Joanna. Joanna does not depend on me. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm not going to make it her problem, and she's not going to make hers mine. And you don't need to do everything together, and you don't have to like have these like high level expectations in a friendship, because not everyone's going to be your closest friends.
Exactly.
They're not going to be your ideal friend group. They're not going to be not your soulmate. They're not going to be like your best friend in the entire world. Half the people that we're with right now, like, we could end up like going to their weddings in a couple of years, and we could also end up just being like people that we just like know each other from college, like, in a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I'm not going to be like, oh, this person's my best friend, like, we have to do all of these like things together. Like, I want, like, we're going to like make plans together. Everything we do is going to be together, because like, it's probably not going to work out, and then you're just like straining a relationship that could be so much more fun and like doable if it was just a little bit more casual and like low pressure. Just like, not putting pressure and putting anyone on a pedestal is like the best way to go, so they're not disappointing you. Like,
we have to stop putting people on pedestals, whether friends, romantic, whatever,
situationships. Like, they're
even like your parents. Like, you can't be putting people on because at the end of the day, we're all humans. This is all our first time on Earth.
Want like mistakes in any normal human behavior to like disappoint you. Like, I came to college very like wherever the wind takes me, and like the friendships I've made, like, even though I did not think half the people that we're friends with now we started out our freshman year together. I did not think they were going to be like my closest friends to this day. It's like a slow burn, like friendship with all these people. Like slowly as like the like year to this like our second year, as like the months have gone on, like I realized like these people are like my actual closest friends, and it's just happened gradually over time.
Yeah.
So if I like romanticize them and was like, we're gonna be a big fun friend group like from day one, like it probably wouldn't have even worked that way, and then I'd be disappointed.
You're perfectly fine whether we see them that day or not, whether they're in a bad mood and they're having a rough day or not. We are still living our lives, doing our own things, doing our own jobs and schedules and school, and still happy and thriving. I would say we're thriving.
We're thriving. We're not depending on anyone to either fill something up like emotionally or anything that's like not necessary, like physically. Physically crazy. But I'm not depending on someone being like, oh, like when you're like getting with like your ex person and you want that like fix, you're just like, they're gonna give me this like really good happy feeling right now that'll go away like the second I leave.
Exactly.
Like there is no point in doing that. Like you should be just like happy with yourself and happy with like your situation.
Exactly.
Before you start like even like tapping into finding like close friends, close relationships, like any of that. Like, you should be happy with like where your life is aligned first. Because I know I'm happy with the way my things are. I like my job. I like school. I like have my things together for me. Yeah. Like, not very together, but like somewhat.
And it's taken us a while to get to this point. I know we obviously sound very wise right now because everything we're doing is just like spitting bars, but we've gone through every single situation that we've explained in this entire episode. Like, everything we've talked about, we've gone through it, and to the point where we've been like, oh my gosh, like there's literally like there's a problem that we have now to fix. We've gone through these situations, and this is just what I can say based off of what I've experienced, what I've reflected on, like how I've come to be this person where I'm just like, okay, I'm good by myself. And if someone comes along and is like a wonderful addition, I'm like, they're cute and they're like helping me, and like not helping me, but just adding to me, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is great, because I feel confident in myself that I'm okay to be by myself, and I'm okay, and I'm happy, and I love myself, and I love like all the things that have happened for me to get to this point, because it's been a road
of things,
train track.
Like my whole life has like blown up like before me. Like, I think I've gone through like anything, like
any like devastating trauma,
been there, done that it. Most likely. And I've experienced how like everything can quickly like change, even from your just like your perspective. Like you could be like, wait, actually what? Like everyone I thought was my friend is like not my friend. Like situations like that are hard, but like at the end of the day, like I mean, I personally realized like I was like things, or like if a friend came into my life, like they disrupted my peace, or like if like there was a group of people I wanted to like hang out with, like my days were spent like trying to like put people on a pedestal that like actually it's not necessary. You can that should just be like a little bit of like a fun thing going on. So I think your friends should not be disrupting your romantic life. Your romantic life should not be disrupting your school life, your professional life. Like all of those things are in separate boxes, and they shouldn't be like crossing into each other and affecting each other. Your romantic life has no reason to deal with me, and I have no reason that my friendship should mess up someone's like academic success because I was distracting them because I wanted to hang out with them or something.
Exactly. And if you don't have those boxes or those like planets spinning nicely in an orbit right now, you need to get those in order before you think about like adding other additions, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, even like this is my best friend now, this is my new best friend. Like, make sure do you have your friendships in a nice order first, or do you need to spend some time alone reflecting, thinking? So I feel like to sum this up in like a few words, find people who are additions and what's the word I keep saying? Extensions of yourself, people that you are proud to represent yourself. Find friends that are loyal to you and that you are loyal to them. Be a good friend. Take accountability.
Like, be loyal to the people around you and be confident enough in yourself that you're, like, stable. And, like, people's instability shouldn't be like what's fueling your fire. It shouldn't be a conversation starter. Like, you should be stable enough to where like you have like your life going on, that you're not focused on like what's going on around you.
100%.
That's like the biggest thing. And also don't take everything so seriously.
Yes,
Let's
it's
be more
nothing is
casual.
ever that deep.
It's never that deep. Boys and girls can be friends.
Yes.
Biggest one of tonight. Boys and girls can be friends. And also, like, don't let, like, not everything has to be, like, that serious.
Yeah. Just have fun and live life and smile more, laugh more, be around people.
Clock things, be honest about everything, have loyalties, and if something bothers you, say something.
Say something immediately.
Don't resent people. See something, say something, clock people, normalize clocking people.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, as we've been saying, and as you should remember, if you remember one thing, we are living on borrowed time. We don't have time to be having resentment deep down inside for someone who you don't even know that well.
They wouldn't even like do the same for you. So like they wouldn't do anything nice for you. So why are you having resentment? Just like tell them what they did, talk about it, deal with it, confront the situation.
Yep.
There's no point in ignoring it and like talking bad about them.
Yeah. We're on borrowed time. So just keep that in mind. Be smart in the decisions you make, and sometimes you have to cut people off, and that's okay. And been there, done that, and it sucks, but sometimes it's better for you. So
be in relationships that benefit you.
Get in a relationship. That's what I'm saying. Date someone. Go on
find
dates.
your soulmate. Go on dates.
Go
set people up. Who set that system up? Genuinely,
blind
like
dates.
Blind dates. Bring back blind
that.
Dates. Blind date. Please put me in a blind date with people
if
that you don't know.
That maybe one of us could find. We'll like say our types like later.
Wait, I want to say mine. If you find like taller than me, I'm like 5'2", so it's pretty easy. Brunette, preferably. Could be, and like I'm not really picky with like ethnicity or anything. Preferably some kind of like Latin, like vibe in there. Funny and funny. Please, I want to like die laughing. I want to be so like laughing so hard.
Because so far we haven't met anyone funnier than us together.
I need someone that makes me laugh as much as Joanna does.
Same with Frida. Like, genuinely, I need someone like the fun. And I feel like I'm pretty funny, so like it's hard to find someone funnier than me. But if you do, like, that is
let us know.
My type is more like light-skinned to dark-skinned males, preferably. Honestly, not to discriminate, but anything other than just like white. Like, I love a boy with a backstory. And funny, tall. I think I'm 5'4.5", so I don't really care about too tall. Like, it doesn't really matter to me, but taller, funny, again, very respectful. I'm very big on manners, contact, being kind to your mom and my mom. And yeah. So I feel like that's a good way to wrap this up. I feel like this was a really good episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and took something away from it.
Again, we're just talking out of our experience. We definitely are not the most, like, don't take our word for things if you don't want to, but if you do,
it is something
trust
that
us.
We've experienced, and this is how if I could talk to my younger self,
I would tell her this.
This is what I would tell her.
And these are things we are actually practicing, like, every single day. So we're also learning. We're also
and
like
growing.
Mm-hmm. We learn and grow every day. We really march to the beat of our own drum.
This was a good episode.
I really liked this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I hope you guys love it, and we'll see you guys next week for another episode.